You've been told your whole life that the .22 long rifle is a training round, something for squirrels or soda cans, too small, too light, and too weak to ever stop a serious threat. But in 2025, that outdated thinking might leave you vulnerable. In this video, we're breaking down the best .22 long rifle self-defense loads you can buy in 2025, ranked by ballistic performance, penetration, and proven street-level reliability. Let's get started. Number 10, Norma Echo Power Subsonic 38 grain HP. The Norma Echo Power Subsonic is a quiet sleeper in the world of .22 long rifle self-defense loads. Most people associate subsonic rounds with hunting or plinking, not stopping threats. But this copper-plated 38 grain hollow point changes that perception, especially in 2025, where more shooters are turning to suppressed rimfire pistols for discreet, controllable defense. First, its lead-free construction makes it a standout for both environmental safety and reduced fouling, unlike traditional lead-core bullets that can clog suppressors and coat barrels. This round stays cleaner through high-volume shooting. That translates to better performance in real scenarios where malfunctions and buildup are the last thing you want to deal with under pressure. Despite staying under the sound barrier, averaging just under 1,050 feet per second, the Ecosystem Subsonic still delivers reliable expansion in ballistic gel at self-defense distances. This is due to its optimized hollow point cavity, which opens up even at lower impact velocities. That's rare for subsonics, and it gives you the stopping potential without the harsh crack of standard velocity loads. Where this round shines most is inside a home or vehicle. It minimizes overpenetration, lowers the chance of collateral damage, and keeps recoil soft enough for rapid, accurate follow-ups. And in a suppressor setup, it lets you protect your hearing while defending yourself, family, or property without drawing unnecessary attention. Norma might not carry the same name weight as CCI or Federal in the U.S. rimfire market, but this round proves they're not only catching up, they're thinking ahead. For tactical use with a silencer or for anyone prioritizing stealth, safety, and surgical precision, the Echo Power Subsonic belongs in your mag. Number 9, CCI Mini-Mag 36 grain HP. The CCI Mini-Mag 36 grain hollow point isn't new, but that's exactly why it's earned legendary status in the .22 long rifle self-defense world. While some rounds chase gimmicks and trends, the Mini-Mag has quietly built a reputation for doing exactly what it promises, cycling clean, hitting hard, and expanding consistently. What makes it shine in 2025 is the same trait that kept it near the top for over 50 years, reliability. The copper-plated bullet cuts down on fouling, which keeps your barrel cleaner and your gun running smoother across long sessions. More importantly, it feeds flawlessly in semi-auto pistols and rifles, even in firearms that are known to be finicky with ammunition. In real-world terms, that means fewer stovepipes, fewer jams, and fewer heart-stopping failures when it counts. At the muzzle, it clocks in at 1,260 feet per second, delivering just enough punch to penetrate effectively while still avoiding dangerous overpenetration in close-quarters scenarios. In ballistic gel, it performs admirably, producing controlled expansion and reaching the depth needed to be taken seriously in a defensive role. At standard home defense ranges of 7 to 10 yards, this round has the track record to back up its popularity. Shooters also appreciate its availability and consistency. Whether you're training at the range or preparing for a worst-case scenario, Mini-Mags deliver the same results shot after shot. That level of predictability is priceless in high-stress situations. If you're using a Ruger SR-22, a Taurus TX-22, or a classic 10-22 rifle, the CCI Mini-Mag is practically tailor-made for dependable function. No hype, no nonsense, just a round you know will do its job every time the trigger gets pulled. Number 8, Aguila Interceptor 40 grain solid. The Aguila Interceptor is often left out of mainstream self-defense conversations, but in 2025 this heavyweight rimfire load is finally getting its due. While most shooters chase expansion, the Interceptor leans hard into another principle of terminal ballistics: uncompromising penetration. This 40-grain solid lead round isn't subtle, exits the muzzle at an incredible 1,470 feet per second, placing it among the fastest .22 long rifle loads on the market that still retain full bullet mass. That extra velocity translates directly into harder impact and better momentum retention across barriers. Unlike hollow points that might mushroom or fragment, the Interceptor stays intact, pushing straight through dense clothing, sheetrock, or automobile glass with impressive consistency. That makes it an excellent option for real-world defensive scenarios where your threat might not be standing still wearing only a T-shirt, whether you're using a compact .22 pistol or a suppressed carbine. The Interceptor's reliability in semi-autos is another major strength. It feeds cleanly, cycles aggressively, and offers shooters a flat-shooting, punchy profile that works well across various distances. It won't give you pretty expansion cavities in gel tests, but that's not the point. The Interceptor is built for those who prioritize deep wound channels, barrier-blind reliability, and a round that does not get slowed down by environmental variables. For folks who see .22 long rifle as a backup or discrete primary defense option, this load checks every box in the "don't fail me now" category. The final takeaway: if you've ever doubted that a solid bullet could outperform a hollow point in certain conditions, Aguila's Interceptor is your proof. It's not flashy, it's not tactical, but when every shot matters, it delivers. Number 7, Winchester Silver Tip 30-grain segmented HP. If you ever question whether a .22 long rifle round could truly behave like a tactical defense load, the Winchester Silver Tip 30-grain segmented hollow point might just change your mind. This isn't your standard rimfire bullet. Winchester engineered this one to fragment deliberately, and the result is a small caliber round that delivers outsized terminal damage in close quarter encounters. The real magic lies in its segmenting design. Upon impact, this bullet is designed to split into several distinct pieces. This isn't chaotic fragmentation, it's precise, controlled disassembly. The petals break away from the core in a spread pattern that increases the chance of hitting multiple vital zones, especially when fired into soft tissue. That means more internal disruption, more bleeding, and better odds of neutralizing a threat with fewer shots. At 1,060 feet per second, this load may not appear aggressive at first glance, but speed isn't everything. What matters is what it does upon contact, and in gel test it shines. The fragmentation happens quickly, the penetration stays within reasonable home defense parameters, and the overall effect is more in line with what you'd expect from a larger caliber designed for self-defense. You also get the benefit of a copper-plated bullet, which keeps fouling low and accuracy consistent, even during extended sessions at the range. That's key if you're training with the same ammo you plan to carry. In a suppressed pistol, compact rifle, or even a revolver, the Winchester Silver Tip offers a blend of innovation, performance, and reliability. For those who want their .22 to do more than poke holes, this segmented load proves you can multiply the effect without multiplying recoil. Number 6, Aguila Super Maximum 30-grain. Aguila Super Maximum isn't subtle. It's built for speed, and it delivers. With a blistering muzzle velocity of up to 1,700 feet per second, this 30-grain round is currently the fastest .22 long rifle load in commercial circulation. That alone makes it a standout, but the story goes deeper. Despite being a lightweight projectile, the energy delivered on target is anything but light. Instead of relying on expansion, this round uses sheer kinetic force to create trauma. In ballistic gel tests, the Super Maximum often delivers a surprising amount of penetration depth, especially when fired from shorter barrel pistols. The shock wave created by its impact is enough to disrupt soft tissue in a way hollow points often aim to do, but using raw velocity instead. What makes it especially attractive for self-defense is how it behaves in compact setups. While many other rounds lose efficiency in sub-4-inch barrels, the Super Maximum takes off like a rocket, retaining deadly energy even at close range. For concealed carry or backup .22 pistols, this round is ideal when you want stopping power without depending on perfect shot placement. That said, there is a trade-off. The round is louder than typical rimfire loads, produces more recoil, and isn't quite as forgiving on suppressors or delicate cycling systems. You'll want to test compatibility with your firearm. But once dialed in, it runs reliably in many semi-automatics and offers a massive confidence boost with every trigger pull. Aguila didn't design this round for plinking cans or small game. The Super Maximum was built to punch hard, fly fast, and bring heat in close defensive encounters where milliseconds and energy transfer matter most. Number 5. Federal Punch Defense 29 Grain Flat Nose. Federal didn't just tweak an old design with punch defense, they engineered it from scratch for personal protection in short-barrel .22 long rifle handguns. This is one of the very few rimfire loads built specifically with self-defense in mind, not target shooting or varmint control. The 29-grain flat-nose projectile isn't about expansion. Instead, it delivers straight-line, deep penetration that meets FBI minimum recommendations for ballistic performance. In gel tests, it regularly pushes through heavy denim and hits the 12-inch mark, something most hollow point .22s can't promise. The nickel-plated case ensures smooth feeding, especially in semi-autos, and thanks to the carefully selected powder blend, you get full combustion, even from short barrels, maintaining velocity without excessive flash. It's optimized for concealed carry .22s like the Ruger LCP2, Light Rack, or Smith & Wesson M&P .22 Compact. Federal Punch takes a different route. It doesn't fragment. It doesn't mushroom. It simply punches through the threat and gets the job done. For many, that's the kind of reliability they want when there's no room for error. Number 4. Aguila 38-grain copper-plated hollow point. Aguila might not be the flashiest name in rimfire ammo, but this 38-grain CPHP round delivers performance that punches far above its price tag. Designed for small game hunting and general purpose use, turns out to be one of the most underrated self-defense picks you can still grab without breaking the bank. What stands out is the copper-plated hollow point. It provides controlled expansion without sacrificing feeding reliability. In fact, many semi-auto .22 pistols and rifles love this load with very few hiccups, even in guns that are known to be picky. Consistency and affordability make it one of the best training to carry transition rounds available. From a 3.5-inch barrel, it delivers velocities just under 1,200 feet per second. Not exactly blistering, but enough to provide a mix of penetration and expansion suitable for close-range defense. Its gel test performance isn't as deep as Federal Punch or Stinger, but the balance of soft recoil, steady feeding, and solid terminal behavior gives it a well-deserved spot on this list. For anyone looking to stockpile a self-defense round that's effective, easy to shoot, and widely available, Aguila 38 CPHP is a dependable ally in your mag. Number 3. Winchester Super-X 40-grain CPHP. In a sea of gimmicks and one-off boutique loads, the Winchester Super-X 40-grain copper-plated hollow point keeps things simple and deadly effective. This round has been around for over a century and is still going strong for a reason. It's built on old-school principles: weight, balance, and controlled expansion. But modern manufacturing keeps it sharp, consistent, and ready for defense in 2025. The 40-grain bullet is heavier than many of its high-velocity competitors, giving it deeper penetration and more retained energy on target. When fired from a handgun, you'll typically see muzzle velocities in the 1,200 feet per second range, which translates to solid knockdown potential within typical self-defense distances. And the rifles, it sings, delivering tight groups and more energy transfer, especially useful in backpack or truck guns. But reliability is where the Super-X really earns its stripes. This load cycles smoothly in semi-automatics, resists fouling thanks to its copper plating, and remains one of the few defensive-grade hollow points that's regularly found on store shelves, whether you're loading up a Ruger LCP2 or a Henry lever action. This round feeds and fires without drama. It's also one of the most trusted picks for anyone who wants to train and defend with the same load. Bulk packaging makes it budget-friendly for range time, but it still packs enough performance to be your nightstand ammo too. Number 2, CCI Stinger 32 grain CPHP. The CCI Stinger is a legendary hypervelocity round that's remained a top-tier defensive option for decades. First introduced in the 1970s, it still holds its ground today by offering jaw-dropping speed and dependable expansion, all packed into a lightweight 32-grain copper-plated hollow point. Clocking in at around 1,640 feet per second when fired from a rifle, the Stinger doesn't just hit, it shreds. The bullet's thin jacket is engineered to rupture rapidly on impact, delivering devastating energy dump and creating larger-than-average wound cavities for its size. For close-range defense, especially out of a short barrel, that means quick shock and high trauma potential. But the Stinger isn't just about speed. CCI's clean burning propellant and tight quality control make this one of the most reliable cycling rimfire rounds available. Whether you're running a semi-auto pistol, a micro carbine, or even a survival rifle, this load tends to feed without hesitation and eject without failure. It also features a longer nickel-plated case than standard .22 long rifle ammo, reducing fouling and improving extraction in high-volume sessions. That's a small detail that ends up making a big difference when you're relying on every shot. Number 1, Browning Performance Rimfire 36 grain CPHP. Taking the number 1 spot in this year's lineup of the best .22 long rifle self-defense loads is a round that proves reliability doesn't always have to be expensive or flashy. The Browning Performance Rimfire 36 grain CPHP has quietly become one of the most dependable and balanced options for everyday carry in rimfire platforms. It delivers that rare mix of power, accuracy, affordability, and consistency, and that makes it incredibly valuable when your life may depend on a cartridge. Browning engineered this round with function in mind. The 36-grain copper-plated hollow point flies at approximately 1,280 feet per second, offering excellent energy transfer while minimizing fouling inside your barrel. It's light enough to cycle flawlessly in pistols, but heavy enough to maintain stability in short barrels and semi-autos. And when it hits, it expands cleanly, not wildly or inconsistently like some bargain brands. That clean expansion means better soft target performance with less risk of over-penetration, which is key in close quarters self-defense. Another edge this round brings: versatility. Whether you're running a micro pistol, a carbine-length rimfire, or even a suppressed setup, this load performs consistently. Testers report excellent results even from pocket .22s, with smooth feeding, minimal fouling, and greater accuracy at defensive distances. And unlike boutique rounds that break your wallet or disappear from shelves, Browning's load is easy to find, affordable to practice with, and trusted by those who value practical performance over marketing hype. For anyone serious about making a .22 long rifle platform work in a real-world defense role, this is the top pick for 2025. And that wraps up our breakdown of the best .22 long rifle self-defense loads you can buy in 2025. Each one proves that when speed, expansion, and reliability come together, even the smallest caliber can punch well above its weight. Because personal defense isn't just about carrying a gun, it's about choosing ammunition that's been tested in real scenarios, trusted by professionals, and engineered to work when it counts most. Still curious which .22 long rifle rounds pack the most punch? Don't stop now. Head over to our next video covering the deadliest .22 long rifle rounds ever made, and find out which one you'd bet your life on.